In a city like Philadelphia, so rich in history, it's easy to overlook historical treasures that can be found in its inner city neighborhoods. But it's these places that help the neighborhoods find their identity, and it's important they be preserved. The trolley depot at 33rd and Dauphin Streets across from Fairmount Park was built in 1901 and is still used by SEPTA today. The only trolley depot ever to be built in Philadelphia, the Bus Barn, as it's known to locals, was scheduled for much-needed renovations, but due to SEPTA budget cuts, the project has been deferred.
At this point, what we had funding for was to begin to do some of the studies that were required to do to be able to get federal funding. And then you apply for it. Now, historically, what we've been doing is about 1 or 2 loops a year, but it had all been through state funding. We don't have that funding source anymore, so we've been trying to go after competitive funding sources through the federal government. We just got some competitive funding money, and we are doing Parkside. And then the next one that we're going to be going for competitive funding for will be 33rd and Dolphin. Well, basically, we're not going to do any kind of detrimental destruction to the exterior. So that big fascia band and all the fancy architectural dental work and cornices and trim that's there, we will preserve areas that need to be rebuilt. We'll rebuild it. The paint that's on there, we will probably remove all the paint and bring it back to the brick structure that it was at one time.
So if it goes back to its original use, this used to be a store, a luncheonette that provided, food thing. You could hang out here, you could have something to eat. It actually had a bathroom that they let the public use. And originally they had a heated waiting room and toilets, which were pretty amazing. In 1905, most houses in Philadelphia didn't even have a toilet. What this intersection was on the other side of Fairmount Park was a beautiful building which was torn down in 1947, which was the Fairmount Park trolley, which took you through Fairmount Park to Woodside Park, which was a big amusement park. Other things that were great on this corner is over here. This was a place called Cherries, which was famous, like ice cream parlor, somewhere where people came from all over the city. And over there was actually Pat Steaks, pioneer and inventor of the steak sandwich.
Appreciate the bus. That's all. I appreciate the bus being there, so when you go there to catch the bus, it's right there, being out right now. They're doing their job. To me.
With all of the synergy that's currently going on in Strawberry Mansion, we would do an injustice to just ignore the bus barn. We have developments currently going on and developments coming. Strawberry Mansion is in reinvestment and revitalizing that's currently happening in the Strawberry Mansion. It would be a travesty not to have the bus barn come along with everything that's going on. We can't be satisfied with pockets of development. We want simultaneous action and simultaneous projects going on. Strawberry Mansion is seeking to keep and preserve our identity. We have richness in historical buildings. We have richness in our people. We have the highest home ownership in the city, and that needs to not get ignored.
Okay, you have this new housing that's all happened all around the bus barn. It's time to renovate that bus barn. And not only that, what we see it also as is that bus barn could be a major gateway for us because so much activity happens there. And because all the traffic that occurs on 33rd Street, folks will know, hey, we're in Strawberry Mansion.
It is believed that renovations to the bus barn can have a ripple effect on the surrounding properties, furthering growth and new development.
Oh, it's a positive domino effect. Once one owner sees another owner making an investment or sees a resident treating a building more respectfully or even having a better attitude in terms of putting trash in the receptacles, when people see an improvement in others' behavior, they're more likely than to invest themselves. And so that's why we're hoping with the Bus Barn project that it would spill over into the surrounding properties and encourage reinvestment and rehabilitation of those buildings. The most important quality in a historic neighborhood are the people, really. I know one would say, oh, why isn't it the buildings? But it's because of people's concern that anything even gets started.
And that would be a great opportunity.
Callie Rosdick, Philadelphia Neighborhoods, Strawberry Mansion.